Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. We've got a partial championship program tonight as one of the teams and coaches that we're going to have on won a championship. We'll have to wait and let you see who that is. Then, of course, the second team that we have is one that was in the thick of it for a championship. So it'll be an interesting program. And like I talked about last week, we've got one more show in the winter segments, which will be coming up next week. And then we hit the spring segment. The spring is always a very busy time in high school athletics because it's the part of the school year where we have more athletic programs than we do any other segment that we have on our show. We've got 6 major sports in high school athletics in the spring program. We're talking about baseball, softball, outdoor track, golf, tennis, and soccer. And the tennis and golf teams have both boys and girls teams. So we've got a lot of athletics in the spring segment. We'll try to see an awful lot of coaches and hopefully talk with some championship coaches before that segment is over. We talked about the great success that the basketball season had in concluding with the great tournament here in the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center. And we had some championships won there, and we've already recognized some championship teams. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing again tonight. That's what all these coaches and all these young athletes strive for. It's the time of the year when their season of hard play has paid off, and with a lot of them end up those championships that they all play for. So we're going to take a quick break in just a moment. We come back, we'll have our first guest. It's a championship coach. You'll have to wait and see who it is, but it's the first championship from a school that you thought might have had a lot more. We'll tell you more later. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa. The amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course. Miles of historic trails. And the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we going to have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
If you want to personalize that special vehicle you drive, whether it be a car, SUV, or that truck that you love so much, then you need to visit the Drive Shop. They're located between downtown Trussville and Deerfoot Parkway on Highway 11, where their fine service staff of professionals are waiting to serve you. The services include auto systems, security and remote start systems, tires and wheels, and window tinting, just to name a few. So come by and visit them today or find them online at thedriveshop.com or visit us on the Facebook. That's the Drive Shop in Trussville, 533-8785. Also, if you mention Snapper's name, you'll receive a 10% discount.
Good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Traffinstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Traffinstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And folks, welcome back. As I was talking about in the opening segment a moment ago, we had a championship coach here, and he's from a school that's won a lot of championships in a lot of different sports. But to my surprise, and I was really surprised when I found this out, this is the first basketball championship, and we're talking about Coach Charles Burkett, the boys basketball coach at Hoover High School, and coach, the first championship coach. That's got to have a special ring to it.
Eventually it will. Hadn't settled in yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as we get the interview started, Coach, for people that might be seeing you for the first time, tell us a little bit about your background and what has led you to become the head basketball coach there at Hoover.
Oh, wow. This is just completed my 9th season. I think just looking back with the players I've had when I first got here up until now, I think the program just, we've been at this level for a few years now. It takes a lot of luck. Ball bounces our way a lot of times just to get to this point. I thought talent-wise, we had an opportunity, or maybe a couple opportunities to do the same things, but this team did it, so here we are.
So you've been at Hoover 9 years already?
Just completed 9 years.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long. Where did you actually get your start?
Started at Sachs High School.
Oh, really?
In Anniston, yeah. Did there 6 years and came here, and this is just completing my 15th year coaching.
And you talked about the fact that this year's team, you thought that maybe the success, you had sort of got the building blocks sort of in place. So it doesn't, or did it surprise you a little bit that they were progressing, but did you think that they had the ability to end up being as successful as they were?
Absolutely. The only thing I was surprised about is how poorly we played offensively and still had the heart and desire to go out and get it done. From day one, these guys, that was their goal. I don't know how many people outside of that locker room that actually had confidence in that, but talent-wise, I knew we would have an opportunity. And at this level, that's all you can ask for. Once you put yourself on that stage, once you put the work in, then anything can happen.
Well, Coach, one thing I like to talk to head coaches about is, in your career, a coach likes to have his system, do things his way, both on the offensive side, defensive side of the basketball. But a lot of times, you may not have the players that fit exactly that mold. Are you one of these coaches that you can bend to your talent when you have to, or do you like to try to get that talent leaned in the direction that you like to do things, or is there a compromise along the way sometimes?
Well, there's absolutely no compromises. High school is a unique team. I mean, you have unique challenges every year. Since I've been at Hoover High School for 9 years, I've had a really big team. I've had 4 guys at least. I had 3 guys 6'7", a guy 6'6". So we was more post-oriented.
Right.
But the system is designed for, it's the same system, but if we're more talented at the guard slots, we can tweak it to favor the guards, like we did this year. And but in the past, it's been the opposite. I could just think of some players, 6'7" kids. I mean, it had Sam Hutchison, and was a big key for us one year. He led us to the Final Four, and a lot of things went through him. But in high school, I mean, we don't recruit. At least we don't supposed to.
Yeah, it sort of
recruit.
changes every year. You
have to
play
coach with
the
the kids
cards
that
you're
comes. Yeah, pretty much. So I thought the coaching staff and everybody have done a wonderful job of just kind of just coaching what we have.
Well, I know you've been in coaching, like you said, a total of 15 years. Through those years, and a lot of it been here at Hoover in the Birmingham area, characterize the style of basketball, brand of basketball played in this area as compared to some of the other areas. It's a pretty good brand of basketball. We've got some good athletes in the Birmingham, Jefferson County area, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. Mountain Brook, 2-time defending champs. They're by no way they're the most talented team, but the style Bucky has them playing over there. I mean, it's pressure all the time. They take you out of a lot of things that you consistently do throughout the year. So it forces kids to use their basketball IQ. So in that sense, and I don't think we're just loaded this year with talent as the South. I mean, you look at the Robert E. Lee team out of Montgomery and the Carver team. You look at the Lee Huntsville team. Those some big guys and they're talented guys. But at the end of the day, you still got to play the game.
Well, another question I like to ask, and except for your own area or region that you play in, I guess you're responsible for the schedule that you make.
I am, yes.
Are you one of these coaches that you believe that sometimes a loss to a real talented team is just as beneficial as beating a team that's not so talented. Sometimes we gain more from losing to a tough team than we do by beating what we'd call a patsy, so to speak.
Right. Well, I break down film. You know, I love to do that. And when I break down film, it's not about who we're playing, what's the score. It's about, are we executing on both ends of the floor the way we're supposed to? And that dictates whether or not we're being successful or not. But of course, we try to schedule the toughest teams around. I was proud of this bunch because we didn't have a bad loss at all. I mean, we lost twice to Bessemer City, which is a strong team.
Right.
We lost twice to Ramsey, was in the championship game
Right.
again. We lost to the state champs in Arkansas on their home floor. We lost to Spain Park, who what would have happened with them if their big kid would have played.
Right. Yeah.
And we lost to Theodore, who was in the Final Four. So, I mean, I think we was definitely challenged throughout the year, and there was nothing these kids could see going forward that they haven't seen already. So that's big. So to answer your question, I've learned so much more from losing games than winning.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we've only got a few seconds left. The time really gets by us, but we want you to enjoy the championship, especially the first one, but also we'll take a quick glimpse into next year. You have a nucleus coming back to where you think you're going to have a pretty good product next year as well?
Well, I mean, it's basically next man up. You know, we're losing 8 guys, but the teams we play, who cares? You know, it's Hoover across your chest, and if you don't come to play, then you're going to be disappointed.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, it was you've had a good run up to this year, but this year being special, the first championship. I want to congratulate you and your players on that, and look forward to another good run next year.
Thanks, Snapper.
We're going to take a quick break. We come back. 4 young gentlemen very instrumental in the championship run by the Hoover Bucks this year. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive million-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm
Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Want to borrow better? Contact State Farm agent Thomas Waters about a car loan that can save you hundreds.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, you can tell I'm surrounded by some outstanding athletes, championship athletes. As a matter of fact, the basketball players from Hoover High. Sitting closest to me, Maurice Brown, a senior, the forward. Sitting next to him, Sam Bowman, a senior guard. Andrew Strickland, right here, a junior forward. And then, of course, Keevy Eason, a junior guard there. Guys, first of all, congratulations on the first basketball championship ever at Hoover.
Thank you.
Quite an accomplishment considering all the trophies they've got there. So We'll start with you, Maurice. First of all, going into this season, being your senior year, y'all had good teams in the past. Did you think that y'all had the capability as a team to accomplish what you did this year?
Yes, sir. I definitely knew that during the off season. We just worked so hard, and I just seen it in my guys' eyes that we just knew we were going to get it done, and just thank God for blessing us with this.
Well, I tell you what, between hard work and then good play and the effort that you and your teammates have put into it, sometimes those good things finally do happen, don't they? Sam, one question I'd like to ask you, one of the most important elements in a team is team chemistry. And the importance of team chemistry is it makes you not only the best you can be as an individual, but also the best you and your teammates can be as a team if you work together, like one another, pull, to do that extra to be the best you can be. Talk about the team chemistry on this year's team and how it helped y'all reach the ultimate goal, a state championship.
Well, like, if you give it your all for the person next to you, then all things gonna fall together, and that's what we did, basically. Just play your heart out for the man next to you.
When, at what point during this season did maybe you finally get that feeling that, hey, we got a special group here. We could possibly really do some damage. Was there a turning point, or was there, let's say, we talked to the coaches about some of the losses y'all had were good losses. Were there any of those games that you thought y'all come out of there and then started really revving it up and doing a little bit extra?
Well, like, most of our games we start off strong, and we never really had a full game the way we did great every quarter. But as long as we kept playing together, then I knew that we can go all the way with it.
Okay. Andrew, of course, you're a junior and a forward. One question I like to ask a lot of the athletes, and you'll get different answers, is, believe it or not, a lot of the athletes, most athletes, probably enjoy playing on that home court in front of home cooking, and that kind of deal. But I've also had other athletes tell me, Snapper, that there doesn't seem to be as much pressure when you go on the road because you're trying to do really good for the home folks, for the family and this and everything. With that thought in mind, do you enjoy playing at home or on the road, or do you feel like there is less pressure on the road?
I do believe, like, all the pressure's off you when you're on the road because, like, no one that you really know is there. So you just got to go out there and do your best.
Well, there's a lot to be said about that, and I think you're probably right. Akivi, when you go into that gym on the road and that hostile crowd, you got everybody booing you, hollering nice names and not so nice names now and then. But if you and your teammates get hot and start taking control of a game, all of a sudden that gym gets quieter, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, from your standpoint, would you rather play at home or you enjoy that away atmosphere?
I like playing away because he proved the home crowd wrong.
Yeah, well, a lot of times, what these home crowds or the away crowds don't realize is, without meaning to, they actually give you a lot of extra incentives sometimes with all that kind of stuff. But it's just human nature. But from the pressure standpoint, do you feel less pressure on the road, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter to me.
Well, that's the way the coach would like to hear it. It don't matter where you play. And guys, I said something to y'all about this question that I enjoy asking, and so you'd have a chance to think about it. And then I'll start with you, Maurice. Who is your favorite collegiate or pro player that you enjoy watching play, saying, boy, I hope one day I can just be half as good as that guy?
I would have to say either Joakim Noah or Kevin Garnett because of their just intensity and energy, the way they play both sides of the ball.
And one thing about that, the intensity and energy, it's strange that you bring that up, because one of the things, and I'm sure Coach stresses this, we don't like to hear a lot of times, that we got to have energy on defense as well as offense. And those two guys that you talked about are two of the better defensive players in their game too. Do you feel like from that standpoint you have a complete game? We all love offense. It's fun putting that ball in the basket, But do you enjoy that challenge of maybe holding down that person that's in front of you regardless of who it is?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, I love that challenge of trying to stop that person.
Are you one of these guys too that, and we talk with other athletes about this, but there's an old saying, defense wins games, and there's a lot of truth to that. If the other team ain't scoring much, that makes y'all's chances a whole lot better of winning, doesn't it? Sam, how about you? Who would be your favorite player?
Mine would be Nick Young from the Lakers.
Oh, okay, well, what is it about his game that you really like?
Well, it seems like every night he just goes out there and have fun. You know, that's what the game's about, having fun.
Well, you know, and it's strange you should say that like that, because on one hand you're 100% right. On the other hand, it's more of a job, you know, than it is what we're doing in high school now. So your income or your livelihood depends on it, but you don't want it to ever take the fun out of the game, do you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about you, Andrew?
I would have to say Anthony Davis. I just love the way he plays, and he leaves everything on the court. He's also one of the best defenders in the league with his shot blocking ability, and I just like the way he plays.
When I see, I sort of trapped you into this question, and it's going to seem like I was after you, but I really wasn't. You've talked about that player, and you've got a senior season coming up, right?
That's right.
I got a feeling the coach is going to want you to play a lot like him, okay? So you do the best you can. That's all we can do. How about you, Keeby?
My favorite player is Joe Johnson.
Really?
I just like how he gets his teammates involved. He can score, pass, defend, anything the coach needs him to do.
Okay. One of the other questions that I asked to give you guys a little bit of time to think about it, because we give different varied answers, is this is the first time I've met these gentlemen, and I wanted them to tell me something about them that not many people know, or you probably got to be really good friends with them to know it. But that's if they have any superstitions or hobbies that they might do that would or enjoy that would surprise us. And so, with that thought in mind, Maurice, what would you tell me?
I would have to say before every game, I ate carrots and a little bit of bananas, stuff like that.
Well, now I can understand the carrots because it's going to help you with your eyesight.
Yes, sir.
And we need our eyes to be able to see the rim. Mm-hmm. So you sort of watch what you eat, or you eat the same things before a game, right?
Sir.
A little bit of a superstitious, a little bit, right? But you feel like it's a positive thing, or you wouldn't do it. Correct? Well, you did it good this year, okay? How about you, Sam?
Well, on game day, my socks that I wear throughout the day have to match the other team's uniforms.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Do you have to work at that then, don't you? I mean,
I have a lot of socks.
I was going to say, boy, it would take a lot of different colors. Now, they don't have to be solid, of course, just got to have the color in it.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's I think that's the first time I've ever been told that. That's pretty unique. So do you believe it makes you play better if it does, or?
Well, I've always done that. I don't know why, but.
You don't know why, it's just part of your game, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Andrew, how about you?
Yeah, I wore a headband this whole year. So in the Final Four, I forgot it one time, and I felt like I needed it, so I got one of my friends to bring me up one.
I was going to say, you felt half dressed, didn't you?
I did.
And it was all over a little headband.
It was.
But it's strange how sometimes our little superstitions or innuendos, we feel more comfortable, or we feel like we can do better if we have whatever that is, right? Okay, Keeby, how about you?
I have to wear 2 pairs of socks every game.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, now they don't have to match the other teams though, right? Oh, okay. All right, now one question we don't ask an awful lot, but the one thing that I've always stressed, been doing this show 16 years now, is that to young athletes such as yourself, we talk about your prowess, in y'all's case, on the basketball court. But guess what? There's an academic side, and the academics is even more important, believe it or not, folks, because we talk about this. If you don't qualify in the classroom, you never make it to, in y'all's case, the basketball court. So with that in mind, you don't ask big, tough athletic guys this much, but it's a curiosity question, and we'll start with you. You, Maurice, what's your favorite subjects been through your years in high school? What do you enjoy more than others?
I would say my favorite subject would have to be some sort of science.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, are you going to get a basketball scholarship?
Yes, sir.
Where to?
Have no idea
Okay,
yet.
well, that's what we're shooting for, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, wherever we go, first of all, I hope you get the scholarship, go in the NBA or something one day. But the question I would ask you, in the back of your mind one day, do you think you'd like to be a coach?
Yeah, I would love to be a coach.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sam, how about you?
Algebra 2 with Trig. is my favorite subject. So
what now?
Algebra 2 with
Oh,
trig.
really?
It's math class.
So, okay, so you're going to go to a school where knowledge would lead to some type of, you got any kind of occupation down the road maybe?
Well, I wanted to go into marketing management, but the college that I went to is pretty far away. So
really? Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, guys, time really gets away from us. We got about a minute. One question I like to ask all the athletes, and I'll ask you guys too, and so we'll go through it pretty hurriedly if we don't mind. But Maurice, to this point in your young life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons?
I'll have to say definitely my mom, my grandmother, very inspirational to me.
Well, good for you. Sam?
Both of my brothers.
Okay. Andrew?
My mom and my grandparents.
That's terrific. Kiwi, how about you?
My dad and my mom.
Well, good. One thing about it, guys, our parents are always there. Well, let me tell you, whether it's parents, grandparents, or whomever, and whoever will be watching this when they see it, when it comes up on the internet, they're going to be very proud of you guys. What a tremendous job you did, and I think your moms and your dads and your grandparents have done a great job with y'all. First of all, congratulations again on the championship. You seniors, good luck in your endeavors, okay?
Thank you.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with another coach. Don't you go away. The Drive Shop in Trussville not only personalizes cars, SUVs, and trucks, they can personalize your motorcycle or ATV as well. They also specialize in automotive accessories to fit your specification. They provide performance and fuel economy upgrades, lift kits, off-road accessories, custom lighting, bed liners, and much more. Once again, that's the Drive Shop located just north of downtown Trussville on Highway 11. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number to call, 533-8785. Or visit us online at thedriveshop.com or like us on Facebook. Don't forget, you'll receive a 10% discount if you mention Snapper's name.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we're going to be visiting with an assistant coach of the runner-ups in Class 7A. They lost a tough ball game to the Hoover Bucks. They were trying to win their third championship in a row. Just come up a few points short, and what a terrific three-season run they have had. And visiting with us tonight is assistant coach Tyler Davis. And Coach Davis, tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up being the assistant basketball coach there at Mountain Brook.
Well, I grew up in Elkhart, Indiana, and which is basketball heaven.
Absolutely.
I went to the same high school as Sean Kemp, former NBA player. Played for a really good high school coach, Jim Hahn. And then I was fortunate enough to play good enough in high school to receive a an athletic scholarship to Samford University.
Really?
So I played with Samford from '94 to '98 for John Brady, and then Coach Tillette's first year. And then I got into my coaching with Vestavia. I was with Coach Hatchett for my first 9 years, and then 7 years ago I had the opportunity to come over to Mountain Brook. And so I've been the JV coach and working with Bucky for 7 years, and it's just been an unbelievable run, and being able to work with the people I've been able to work with, and just basketball's been so good to me my whole life.
Yeah, and you worked with Coach Hatchett then?
Yes, sir.
For how long?
I worked with him for 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
And I was going to say, I just shared this with the gentlemen that were on. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. I do the play-by-play for Vestavia High football.
Yes, sir.
And this will be my 17th season to do that.
Yes.
So we have a little tie there. But first of all, Coach, going into this season, did you and Coach McMillan, I got a feeling coming off 2 championships and the kind of ball that y'all play, it didn't surprise you that y'all were in the finals again, I don't guess. But yet every season is a new season. You don't know if everything is going to gel, But going into this season, I guess y'all had high hopes again, didn't you?
Well, the expectations after winning back-to-back championships, obviously the expectations are going to be there. Coach McMillan always talks about it. He never, expects us necessarily to say we're going to go ahead and win the state championship. That's never the goal.
Right.
It's just to be able to give everybody an opportunity to understand what their role is. When we choose our team in May, we go through June, we really work the kids hard. Everybody starts to understand what our concepts are defensively, offensively. We had a lot of returners from last season, but we also lost a lot of guys. And so, for us to get to the state championship game again, was just through a lot of hard work from the kids and from the coaching staff being able to lead them in that direction.
Well, one thing that I would ask you, and this may be presumptuous, but forever assistant coach, I imagine their goal is at some point or another, if everything works out, to get that head coaching job, right?
If I'm blessed enough for that scenario to happen, that's great. I'm in a situation where I have 3 kids, and I'm working with, you could sit here and say, Coach McMillan, he's 31 years old, and I'm older than he is, but I've learned so much from him in the 7 years of working with him. It's a situation to where if that ever happened, great. If not, I'm settled enough to where it doesn't bother me one way or the other. I could take it or I could leave it.
Well, I tell you what, it's very interesting, and you can talk about it whichever way you want to, and not give away no trade secrets or anything like that. But I have been amazed the last 2 or 3 years to watch the style that Mountain Brook plays there, and I call it 32 minutes of heck, And what I mean by that, I think the thing that surprises people the most, or it would me, if I was playing Mountain Brook and wasn't really aware, hadn't played them much, is the fact you're going to be in your face from the time the opening tip to the end of the ball game. That's got to be, and you being on the sidelines, you've probably witnessed this a whole lot more than I have, but that's got to be the biggest transition for teams that y'all play to contend with, isn't it?
Well, and Coach McMillan always talks about we want to be the attacking team. We don't want to be the one that's taking the punch from somebody else. We want to go out there and we want to set the tempo from the beginning, from how we play defensively against you, to how we play on the offensive end as well. And so, 7 years and how he's created the culture at Mountain Brook. The kids love playing it because when you play the style that we play, it allows more kids to play.
Absolutely.
As opposed to if you had a slower type of tempo, your rotation wouldn't be as big as what it is. And so it's an exciting brand of basketball that gets the community involved. The kids love playing it, and it's a blast to coach in.
Well, let me tell you something. Now, this championship game, I don't know how many people got to see it or not, but the one thing that I was amazed at, it was evident. There's an old saying, and please, you can hit me after this is over with if you want to, because I don't mean it in a negative way, but there's an old saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And what I mean by that, I have seen enough of y'all's teams play the last 3 years that the 3-ball is a very important element in it. But in that championship game, one that y'all were in to the very last minute or two, the 1 from 18 from the floor, that's all, and y'all almost overcame that. That's almost unfathomable to think about. And the key to y'all almost doing that, and you talked about it just a moment ago, I have never seen a more team tenacious defense than Mountain Brook has played the last 3 years. To me, that's the first thing that would get people more out of their comfort zone or rhythm than anything else. So when I see y'all play, it's almost like your defense dictates what the offense is going to do. And I know that doesn't happen all the time, but you understand the flow of the game, the defense, and you may be a defensive specialist and can iterate on it a little more than I can. But as long as you're wreaking havoc there, it comes up in positive ways on the offensive side of the ball, doesn't it?
Oh, sure. I mean, you look at any team that shoots 1 of 18, usually is going to come out on the short end of the stick, especially when you're playing a good team, and obviously Hoover was that.
Right.
But when you defended like we defended, we're still a couple possessions away there.
Absolutely.
And Coach McMillan, he went back and he looked at the film, and this is just the kind of guy he is. That game finished up, it's about 10:30. He watched it 2 times before the next, the sun rose. And he's asking us as a staff, texting us, did we make the right plays? Did we shoot too many threes? And, he always preaches to these kids, you got to play fearless. So it's a situation where 1 of 18 is what we shot that night as a staff, and he feels it, the kids feel it. I mean, we felt our next one was going down.
Right, that's the way you got to be.
And it's a situation where we don't necessarily feel that we do die by the sword as far as shooting a lot of threes. That's how Hoover played us that night, and those were shots that we'd love to take those again. They just didn't go down for us.
Then when I said that, I meant just that evening, because if you hadn't been all successful those other years, you wouldn't have been where you were at it. So no, you don't, in other words, you don't revamp the program just because of a loss like that, because it's going to happen sometimes. Well, Coach, the time has got away from us. Awfully good to meet you, and I guarantee you, next year I expect the same thing out of Mountain Brook, and I imagine you do too. But a great year nonetheless. But thanks for coming up and visiting with us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll take a quick break and visit with 4 players very instrumental in the great season that Mountain Brook had this past year. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Ted Townley in Homewood today.
And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I'm surrounded by 4 pretty good-looking athletes here, and they ought to be. They're really good at what they do. They're excellent basketball players for the Mountain Brook Spartans, played in the championship game for the 3rd year in a row, almost won it, but come up second best, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. You do the best you can, and the chips fall where they may. Sitting closest to me, and all these guys are seniors, by the way. Will Hartley, and Will is a guard. Hunter Lucas, a guard. I got guard heaven tonight. Matt Creighton, guard right here, and then Terrell Guy, also a senior. Well, first of all, guys, getting past the loss of a game that you could have easily won but didn't. Going into this season, and we'll start with you, Will. Going into this season, do you feel like that you and your teammates had the kind of ability, which I know you do, to get all the way to another championship, make another championship run?
I mean, at the beginning, I thought, we had a lot of work to do, like in the summer and the spring. But with Coach Bucky and Coach Davis and Coach Stu and all them, you're always going to have a chance to be good enough to get to the championship. And be
okay,
successful.
well, and you guys, all being seniors, y'all played in all 3 of these games that you won 2 of them, so you're familiar with that pressure. How about you, Hunter? Did it surprise you at all?
It didn't really surprise me. Like Will said, we have honestly the best coaching staff in the state, and so I had a couple doubts in the summer, but I knew that the coaches would get us where they needed us to be, and we'd make it.
Well, you know, one thing that I can appreciate about the kind of ball y'all play is it's 32 minutes. You never let up. And the thing that is so important has to be the substitution rotation. And the thing that I think that is very important about that is everybody gets to play, and they get to play a lot. Everybody has their role, and it's like there's a whole lot of unselfishness on y'all's team. With that thought in mind, Matt, you being a senior as well, talk about the team chemistry that y'all have, because chemistry is a very important part of a team makeup. If you like one another, not only are you going to be the best you can be, but you help make your teammates the best they can be as well. So with that thought in mind, talk about the team chemistry of this year's team.
Right, it was good. We started, let's say, last May when the team was formed. Started a group message, always talking to each other, like messing around with each other, hanging out. And I know Will and I, we've been teammates since 3rd grade, and just know that like we all have each other's back. It means a lot to us. And so if any of us is having a bad day, then we're not really worried about like what the crowd will think, because we all know that we have each other's back.
Oh, good. Terrell, how does that work for you, the team chemistry? Tell me about it from your aspect.
I mean, I feel like our team, we've been around. We were like since my first day was probably like June. It was in June. I felt like as a team, this was probably the closest team I ever been on. Like, far as we always with each other, family. We got Sunday dinners together. You know, we go places together. We always with each other. We always talk to each other. You know, and like it's like we formed like a brotherhood. Even though I haven't known them not even for like a whole year. And I still like I love them all like my brothers.
Well, that's good, and I can tell you what, you can tell that the team aspect, the unity aspect has always been an important part of the Mountain Brook makeup. All you guys being seniors, one of the questions I would ask, and I'll start with you, Will, if you could go to any college that you wanted to, where would you go and what kind of subjects would you take?
I don't know. That's kind of a difficult question for me, at least, because
Really?
not really sure where I'd want to go, like my dream school or anything. But
Yeah. Well,
I guess.
where are you going? You still don't know?
Not sure. Either Alabama or Auburn.
Well, now that's that's a pretty good choice to have to make, because I don't think you can lose either way.
Yes, sir.
When you go, what kind of subjects you take? What you hope to be one day?
Probably like an accounting.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll say it like this: doctor, lawyer, Indian chief.
Yes,
And
sir.
so yours accounting?
Yes, sir. Most likely.
Okay. How about you, Hunter?
I'm going to Alabama, and I'm going to go into the engineering school.
Oh, you got success written all over you going to Alabama. Well, okay, well, good. Matt, how about you?
Alabama and your accountant or engineering.
Oh, okay. Terrell, how about you?
I have no idea what school I'm going to yet, but probably either like physical therapy or accounting or something like that.
Yeah, all right, well, let me ask you a question then. Ever in the back of your mind, have you ever thought that, hey, maybe one day I might like to coach? You think you'd make a good coach, Terrell?
I think I can win.
You think you've learned a lot to get a good start from this coaching staff you've been around?
Yes, sir.
Well, good. And one other question I like to ask seniors, and any athletes though, really, but all you guys being seniors is sort of special. Y'all got to like basketball a lot, or you wouldn't play it. So with that thought in mind, favorite NBA or college player that you think, boy, I want my game to be just like that, who would it be?
Personally, I love watching Steph Curry right now.
Really?
I mean, he's just I don't know, he's great to me.
He's smooth and gets the job done, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Hunter, how about you?
I really like Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He has some incredible handles.
Well, I tell you what, first of all, let's clarify that by saying any of the guys in the NBA probably got incredible handles, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Matt, how about you?
I'd go with LeBron. He
Really?
plays maybe more than a game.
Boy, if you just that much, if you got, boy, you're going to be a success wherever you go, you know. Terrell, how about you?
I I like CP3, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I see myself as like Chris Paul.
Well, you do. First of all, you got to see yourself and then be yourself. And if you can see that and then be that, you got success written all over you too. You know it.
There we go.
Okay. Another question I like to ask, and you guys look like you're loaded with answers tonight, so this one should be pretty easy for you. But I'm meeting you guys for the first time. Let's say there's something about you that I don't know. You got a hobby, or you got a something you can do like play piano or write poetry, or you love to hunt, or you love to fish. But I don't know about that. But you're going to tell me about it. What would that be? And we'll start with you, Will. Something that not everybody knows. You write poetry?
No, sir.
Okay, then that can't be
not
that
really me. I guess that.
You like video games? No. All right.
He loves video games.
Can you help me out? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I think you probably sing in the shower real good.
Sure.
Because there's no bad singer in the shower, right? Okay. How about you, Hunter?
I also played football and I've played tennis all
Really?
through my life until about 10th grade.
Well, if you played golf and football and tennis, you ever played golf?
I tried golf. It's
You tried
really
it?
slow for
One
me.
trying it went as far in the woods as it did down the. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
I understand that. Matt, how about you?
Yeah, since basketball's over with, I'm about to start picking up golf.
Really?
To be outside a little.
Yeah, it'll get you outside, all right. It'll get you in the woods,
Yeah.
love of nature.
Beach.
Yeah, the beach. Terrell, how about you? What is it about you that I don't know? You look like somebody that might write poetry.
Yeah, that's me all day.
Yeah, I bet it is. Is it?
No.
No, I didn't.
One of my favorite things to probably do, besides basketball, I mean, I don't know for real. Basketball really one of my. That's what I do.
You do that about 24/7?
Yeah, probably 25/8.
I tell you, boy,
It's
you
not
got to
very
get
good
up
at math.
early in the morning for you guys. Will, what is it about the style of basketball, just from your point of view, that Mountain Brook plays that's so intimidating to the other opponent?
I think it's the fact that the whole game, it's pressing and trapping and just forcing just turnovers and just chaos everywhere, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, now you put it in a good way, and that's exactly what I feel like it is, organized chaos. Because y'all know what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
But boy, do y'all have a way of just making it look like helter-skelter. What is it, Hunter, you like most about the style there that y'all play?
Since it's always running, especially in the fall, we have to do a lot of running on the track and stuff to get in shape. And so the best part is when you're at the free throw line and you can see the other team just on their knees, just gassed, and we're still in the best shape of our lives. So.
But you're actually there at the free throw line sort of resting because
Yes,
you're
sir.
not running for a
Yes,
second.
sir.
Oh, okay. Matt, how about you?
I'd have to go with how we each have a specific role, and I'd say Hunter's a shooter, and I'm not a shooter. They're not really asking me to do that. It's
You
kinda
say,
nice.
thank goodness they're not asking you to do that.
Gives everybody
What's your
playing time.
strong suit?
Not communication, so I'd say dribbling.
Dribbling?
Defense.
Dribbling and cover? You're a good cover guy?
More so coverage. I'd say.
Yeah, you better be, because I got a feeling Bucky wouldn't play you, would he? No. How about you, Terrell?
I just like how every time you come into a game, everybody this about to be a fun game. They ready to play Mount Brook. It's gonna be fast, up tempo, and then they get in the game and this ain't the game.
It ain't what they thought it was,
it's not
is
what
it?
they thought it was.
Well, I tell you what, y'all play an exceptional, positive brand of basketball. And I think what I like about it most, I don't like watching it, I'd hate playing it. But the thing that it keeps everybody involved, and you got to be ready to come off that bench almost any time with Bucky. He works that sidelines, and he works y'all, and he works it to perfection. Y'all are really good at what you do. Guys, we've got a little over a minute left to go. This is the most important question of all that I'm going to ask any of you. To this point or point in your young lives, who's been the most inspirational person or persons?
Anybody?
I'm talking about the coaches, your mom, your dad, or grandparent.
I'd say for me, basketball-wise, so far it's probably been like my coach coming up from elementary school, Coach Osborne, just because he kind of taught me the basics and like got me like into basketball, and he was my coach for 7 or 8 years. So.
Okay.
I'd probably say both my parents for always pushing me and letting me. Well, I really wanted to quit basketball in like 7th and 8th grade, and since they kept pushing me, I kept playing, and I didn't make the 7th grade team, and so by pushing me and making the 8th grade team, I got to be the player I was.
Okay. How about you, Matt?
I'd say Coach Millen right now, just a never quit attitude.
Okay. Terrell? Terrell?
Definitely Coach Bucket.
Okay.
Definitely Coach Bucket.
Well, guys, once again, y'all have had a great run. Congratulations. Good luck on whatever you do. Folks, we're going to be back same place, same time next week. You know what the snapper always says? Bicycle.